Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you guys for tuning back in. And after last episode's awkward and cringy introduction, I decided that that's not going to happen anymore, and we're just going to move forward with the way things have been going. So today's guest is Yazmin Garcia. She's a photographer and business owner for Photography by Yaz. Such a cool girl. I've known her for a few years, and I've had the chance to have a conversation with her every now and then. Overall, it was a great conversation. I can't say much about it. It was fun. She gave us a good amount of different stories about her travels to Jordan, Dubai, amongst other places. And what else can I say? Check out the episode and see for yourself. For music, today we have Lobos with his song Today. You can find his music on SoundCloud. I'm sure you can find it on Spotify or YouTube, anywhere where all these music artists are uploading their stuff nowadays. But check out his music. I've had the chance to personally meet him. He's such a good dude, good music, and fun all around. So stick around for the intro here for the next 30 seconds and stick around at the end of the episode for the full song. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy.
We're not talking about yesterday. That shit don't matter anymore. We're not talking about tomorrow. That shit don't exist. We're talking about the present. The now. From this day on forward, this shit'll make your own future, right? So let it be. Let it be. Every day, every morning, you better speak your life. Speak it into existence. Inhale the goodwill and exhale all your restrictions. They say a man's word is as strong as when it's given, and only by a lack of action will it be diminished. To all the sinners falling down but losing for the winning. There's a judgment in the sky held by the holy legit critic. Or whether throwing up your signs or just innocently living. With the words say when you die, that's the lifestyle that you pick. Well, answer the question. Well, better yet, take a look at your tensions. There's a passion burning in your heart, throw flames, then it's forgetting. And so you ain't gotta worry about the sins and how you're sitting on your valley in the shadow of death. Has a light within that shit today. All the foolishness, all the lies, all the times I didn't fry for doing what I know ain't right. I push on for a new good life today. Though many of us don't survive, living life through closing eyes, though through God we stay alive. Push on for that new good life today. Choose to fight, or choose to be the victim, cause these the holy wars as a millennial's witness. The birth of a conspiracy with all sense and conviction is leading our entire nation to its own extinction. Ain't no kidding. We stand our ground, we mind our business. Though when it comes to growing as a whole, there's no division. No motherfucking image of what it is to be American. So tell me how the fuck is it freedom when it's restricted? Shit has a difference. Men and women alone can make within them. And with that bonded human race, never mind who the fuck's president. May the ones who rise above all have a voice as loud as heaven. And the ones who hear the call awaken spiritual progression. So I'm wishing.
So, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Social Primate. It feels like forever since the last episode, but we're gonna go ahead and get started at this point. Welcome back. Today we have Yazmin Garcia. We have her in the studio, right? Pronounced that right?
Yes, you did. You got that right.
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to I'm thinking this whole time I'm gonna fuck it up, but no, it's all good.
No, Yazmin Garcia.
Well, Yazmin, thank you for coming in today. I've known you for maybe a little bit. Not, I don't see you as often. Yeah. But I know you. I recognize you if I saw you on the street.
It's been quite some time, yes.
Thank you for making it out today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for everybody who is not familiar with her, with who she is the business owner of Photography by Yaz.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, and it's not the YASS like Yaz Queen.
It's not?
No, it's YAZ.
Oh, YAZ. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And Jasmine, thank you for coming out. Jasmine, fuck. See, it's already getting
It's okay. Honestly, everyone does this. So I know if someone calls me Jasmine, it's probably someone that I've known for a really, really long time. Someone that I probably went to school with or I grew up with. And then if I know they're calling me Yazmin or Yaz, and I know it's in the last 6 years.
All right, cool. That's when you know.
I know what area you come from.
Well, again, thank you for coming out. You know, I know we had the chance to talk to you like years ago.
Yeah.
You know, another podcast that didn't, you know, develop as we thought it would have. But, you know, like we said earlier, it worked out for the best because at this point, you've done so much more.
Yeah.
You have a lot more experience in what you do, you know?
Yeah, that was, I want to say like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
so much has
right?
changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a short amount of time, but it seems like there was a lot happening.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your company and what you do in regards to, you know, the photography aspect.
So I specialize in maternity and newborn photography. I think I'm rated top 3 in LA and OC. And this is going to be my 6th year going in business. Let's see what else. I don't know. I think most people are really intrigued by the fact that I do maternity and newborn and not. That's basically my specialty. I don't do anything but that. But I mean, the beginning of the first few years, like I really just try to see what stuck and what I liked, and that seems to be kind of my little area of expertise.
Nice. Yeah, because I mean, you take photography, but about like a few other things here and there, right?
Yeah, like for like my travel stuff or like friends and family things, but like as my business part of it, it's strictly maternity and newborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like when you first started this up, you know, I guess because, you know, a lot of people during school, they want to pursue photography, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, at some point it kind of just becomes a hobby rather than an actual, you know,
Yeah.
what would you consider a career?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't seem, yeah.
Yeah,
Business
something like
career.
that. Like, at what point did you kind of like decide to like start taking it seriously?
I think it was so right after high school when everyone was kind of like determining what they wanted to do, what school they wanted to go. Like I knew for a fact I'm not going to go to school. Yeah. Like I just knew that. Like I think I tried to go to one class and it gave me so much like anxiety, and I was like, oh no, not again. I don't want to do this again. For another 4 years? I don't want to do this. So I started bartending, and I actually started bartending when I was 19. Yeah. And I had I know. All right. I wasn't even allowed to do it, but I did it. And then I got in a really, really bad car accident the year that we graduated. And I had a car payment. I freaking hated it. And so my plan was like after my car accident, I was like, oh, well, I need to get a new car again. So I just started working a lot. And I just always had like 2 or 3 different jobs. And then I saved a pretty good amount, like in a few months, and I got a car cash. And I was like, wait, like, I can replicate this same, you know, system. Like if I just work really hard for like a whole year and just keep 2 or 3 jobs, and I saved enough money. And then I really didn't know I just knew that I wanted to work for myself. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I took a trip to San Francisco, and my boss at the time was like, if you go on this trip, like when you come back, you're not gonna have a job. And I was like, yeah, right. You're not gonna fire me. So sure enough, I went on the trip, and when I got back, I didn't have a job.
You didn't have a job.
I didn't have a job. So I was like, okay, perfect opportunity. So that's kind of when I started buying like my gear, and I was charging nothing, honestly. I really just wanted to experience. Like, I didn't even know that this was what I was going to do. I just was like, hey, like, if there's a time to do it, it's now. Like, I don't have any major responsibilities. Like, I have, you know, this cash to back me up for, like, a good few months. Like, so I did it. And then, like, the first year, I was like, wait, like, I think I could kind of make this work. So the first year, I kind of struggled a little bit. But, like, the second year, that's kind of when I realized, like, hey, I'm onto something here. Yeah. And one of the things, like, ever since I was a teenager, like, that I absolutely loved was landscape photography. I was always outdoors. I was always shooting. So people knew me for that. People knew that I wasn't going to be in studio. I was going to be outdoors. So they sought me out for that. And I think that was kind of when people started taking pictures of their pregnancy. It just recently became something, like, popular. Yeah, right. Like, it started becoming a whole... Yeah. Like, you want to have your photos taken while you're pregnant, you know? It's like a common thing now. Like, it's not just celebrities anymore. Exactly. And I just, honestly, it might have been luck or I don't know, but I went in at a really, really good time when not a lot of people were doing it. I think now there's a lot of people doing it, but I got the experience right when I needed it. So, maternity just kind of kept something that would come up over and over and again. So I figured out how to style my clients properly, like what to focus on. It's very natural, like during pregnancy, like in a woman's body, like a lot of their body changes, like. I mean,
Yeah, no,
so
of course.
I learned how to manage that and how to portray them in a way where would showcase the best of them and that stage of their life. And they would be so happy with their maternity pictures that they'd come back for their newborn. And I mean, I don't have any kids, so
Yeah.
a lot of them, because the first few years I had to develop that like one-on-one relationship with them. They trusted me. Like, honestly, like, I'm very thankful for that. But they really took a liking in me, and they came back and they would do their newborn session. And the first like year that I did newborn, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I really didn't.
Yeah, I imagine it would be hard because you could tell a person how to sit down.
Yeah,
But a baby,
no.
Yeah, it's just
It's
chaos.
super unpredictable.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they're very cooperative and very like they're asleep the whole time, and sometimes there's
Yeah.
it requires a lot of patience. So like the first year I studied other photographers. I studied what they were doing, what they weren't doing, and then just my clients really just trusted me with it. So yeah, like I said, this year's my 6th year doing it.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, honestly, that's fucking cool. You know, because
Yeah.
the thing is that, you know, there's a lot of people who have business ideas or they kind of want to tap
Yeah.
into that specific field. But I guess I would say that one of the aspects that kind of holds them back is just the not knowing how to really sell themselves.
Yeah.
You know, or put value to their work necessarily. Because again, you know, you start off not knowing, you know, exactly, you're just trying to figure it out. You know, and then on top of that, you have to figure out how much you're going to be charging for something that you're not
Oh my
really
God, yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, experienced in.
Absolutely agree with that. Like, I always joke about this, like, I'm a way better business owner than I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes behind, like, how to structure your business, what to charge, how to communicate with your business, like with your clients, like how to even just present it, how to put it out there. Contracts, expectations, like what you do, what you don't do, like how much time they're able to get, like just these crazy expectations that clients have. And like, and at the end of it, you see one photo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's taken a really, really long time to build, but I mean, it's just day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
And not, like, honestly, not giving up.
Did you have experience prior to that to kind of like how to manage yourself? Because I mean, you know, once you have your own company, you're basically the face of it. You know, and you know, they're gonna hold you up to a standard.
No, I didn't have any experience in managing myself whatsoever. I don't know if you know me. No, but at the end of it, it was like, I have a reputation to keep up.
Right.
That, like, I have really good reviews. I, like, if you Google, like, my photography, like, it's pretty highly rated. So it's really learning how to manage like the clients and what your product is. So I mean, it's either sink or swim, and I'm not sinking. So
yeah, that's good.
So yeah, I mean, it really just was that a lot of learning and a lot of having to say, okay, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, because, you know, not saying that you don't have to necessarily go to school, you know, because, you know, you didn't go to school, and there's a bunch of other people who didn't do it, and they're still kind of pursuing what they want, you know. I mean, because at that point, you're your own boss. You know, you decide how much money you want to make at that point. But again, I think because of people don't really have the experience in regards to, or the knowledge to, what I'm trying to say, learn how to manage that business side of stuff, you know, because that's a whole different world to them. Yeah. It's hard to kind of take charge, you know, try to really do things.
Honestly, in this day and time, the way it is, you just have to have a passion and in a certain touch, and you can get by than somebody who's book smart. Because book smart is a dime a dozen, and it's a waste of money. Yeah. I mean, when you get older, that's just, you figure out, like, college is a waste. Get to work.
I mean, especially
get to work. Not
literally, but I mean, like, as far as your craft. And I respect anybody who makes money from their passions. I respect you so much, because you know, most of us have to work a regular job and do this as a hobby. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it's myself and my editor, and my editor helps me, like, with all of my my emails, like all of the editing, the communication that happens between after their photo session to when they get their final product. And
I've had him for a little over 2 years, and he's graduating this May. So I'm currently looking for another editor and assistant. And I put a job an ad, I guess, looking for someone, and I put it up last Thursday. What's today? Thursday?
Today's Thursday, yeah.
I checked it today, and there was 166 applicants. And a lot of them have a bachelor's in fine art photography. I have a lot of people from Cal State Long Beach, USC. And when you look at their resume, you're thinking it doesn't translate. It doesn't really translate. But I loved it when you said, just get to work. Honestly, it's a lot of that is just putting your head down and really getting it done.
Yeah.
Because and it's sad. Honestly, I was really saddened by that there was, when I had phone interviews with a few of them, a lot of them asked me where did you go to school? And I was I did it.
I did it. Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. And then they immediately oh fuck.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you think twice,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've had an experience I'm not I don't sell myself necessarily as a graphic designer. I don't have business cards giving them out, but I do it, right? I remember when I first started, I started watching YouTube videos, tutorials following how to do certain things. And at some point I decided, hey, I want to make money off of this. And then when I started reaching out to people, I'll ask for tips to other designers. And they were like, man, your fucking work sucks. You should quit now. And I'll be like, dude, give some words of encouragement, man, at least give them, but I guess it helped because that kind of gave me a sense of trying to prove them wrong to a point, not for themselves, but I guess prove myself wrong, or prove, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say, but just prove that I was capable of doing it, know?
It gave you some
I was
fuel.
gonna say, those dudes were just jealous, bro, because honestly,
maybe.
I have an AA degree in graphic design. I haven't used it since I got it. I owe a lot of money on that. That's why they're butthurt, because they owe a lot of money on that. They had to pay a lot of money, and you got to it right away. And a lot of DJs, the same thing. They get mad because they had to work and they had to buy this equipment, and now you can do everything with a laptop, and they get super butthurt. So the ones that you'll find some dudes that are cool and they'll give you tips, but you don't need it. If you already have experience, you're light years ahead of me without any formal education, because I think your education is a wonderful, whatever your experience you have,
YouTube,
that's amazing.
YouTube
education.
Academy, and that
matters, bro. I mean, granted, they didn't have that YouTube access when I was going to college or whatever, but that's amazing, and that's what matters. That's awesome.
Yeah, that brings up another point, that the fact that, when did you start this? What year? I don't even know. 2009, 10? No, wait.
I'm horrible at that.
Yeah, for sure, maybe more than 5 years, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in 5 years, what was 2014? The internet was already up by the time, But I think a lot more, there's the do-it-yourself kind of thing, God. You're able to kind of, you have more hands-on into what you want to target.
Yeah.
Instead of having depending on other people to kind of input you in there.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that too is even though it's a good thing, it's also a bad thing, because it also leaves a lot, now with photography, you see some of these phones and they take great pictures.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, some people think they're great.
Yeah.
Depends
or
because I've seen great photography. I thought these are great cameras, and then I see somebody with that, just taking a shot in the studio, and I'm like, I want that shot. That shot's amazing. I can't do that. I don't know how you guys do that stuff.
Oh man, I don't know. I just do the same thing over and over. I've mastered it. But yeah, I think having so much things that are accessible to you can also hinder you in a way. But yeah.
Have you felt that way in your?
No, because I have so much experience that having good equipment can't give you.
Yeah,
it doesn't just because you have
the skill that
it doesn't. The experience is the one that gives you all of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I remember first I only took one class for photography, and dude, the aperture,
oh my god,
what's the ISO?
Yeah,
went over my head. I was just I took the pictures. I gave up, man. I was gonna keep going. Now I use just my iPhone.
I trip out color correction. I'm like, wow, it does look better.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Yeah, I have a friend that created their own black room just to kind of develop just regular pictures for themselves, and just seeing them do it, it's crazy, because you're hands on. You're actually taking care of the whole process.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's something beautiful to that, I don't know what it is.
That's something that I've never dabbled with, and it's a whole nother thing. Like film and digital is like, it's a whole. They're different. Yeah. They're extremely different. I mean, my respects for people who do that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so people who just try to keep it alive, you know, you just kind of feel. I mean, it looks cool too, you know.
Yeah.
But if you want to look for, the pixel perfect, you can't go wrong with digital.
With digital,
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, like, I mean, I take with film, it's like you have a few like chances to get what you really want. With digital, it's like I take about like 500-600 pictures for me to like maybe 10.
Yeah, just to round it out.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, I have to filter it out. So I mean, there's pros and cons, but I mean, film is a whole different type of art.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, power to all the people who just take care of stuff, and they kind of push it on and, just get to work,
Get to work. I love that.
I wanted to bring up, some of the traveling that you've done.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't personally been out of the Mexico and the U.S., right? So I know you went recently to like Israel or something.
Yeah. So last October, I was in Israel, Jordan, and Dubai. Dude, I went with my mom.
And I was just seeing I think it was Instagram stories. I was like, oh fuck, what the hell?
None of that justifies.
What is she doing?
We were out there for like 3 weeks.
Damn, that's insane. Fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mom had been talking about the Holy Land. Like, I mean, growing up Catholic, like this is something you hear. You get scolded on this. So. And she's never traveled either. So one day I showed up to her house and she had this pamphlet on her dining room table, and I was like, "What, are you gonna go?" She's like, "No, like, I can't leave your dad and your little sister." And I'm like, "They're like grown ass people. Like, you can go. Yeah. Like, they're not dogs. You don't need to feed them. Like, and even then we would figure something out." So she
it's true, yeah.
Like, come on, like
Postmates.
So she wasn't gonna go, and then her birthday's around April, so I gifted her that. So I was like, you know what, like, I don't have any major responsibilities like that would tie me away from like being able to leave with my mom, and like when else in life am I gonna be able to do this? So I gave her that for her birthday, and we went in October. We were out there for 3 weeks, and going to Israel was like, I mean, you always hear about it, especially like growing up, like, religious. But actually being there, and my mom was so emotional. There were some things that were a little disappointing, and there was just, I mean, I think I mainly went to see my mom have that experience. Yeah. But also like the religious part of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously compared to the culture there is, I'm assuming when you got there, you were like just a culture shock.
Yeah.
In regards to what was going on.
Yeah, there was no chile. I needed some salsa. Yeah, I think one of the things that everyone always asks me about my Israel trip was like, I don't know, just like a summary of it. A huge disappointment was that a lot of the reasons why we go over there, like why it's considered like the Holy Land for us, is because of the Christian sites. Right. Israel is not a Christian country.
It's Jewish.
It's Jewish. Mm-hmm. So a lot of those sites aren't preserved. So it's like almost like, I mean, looking at like, I mean, in comparison, I guess like this is like the only thing that I could compare it to. It's like the Native Americans. Like, do we conserve some of their things?
Yeah, I mean, just like in fucking fragments.
Right?
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. So it's like, it was really sad because, I mean, the airport was packed. Yeah. You can see so many people that were there for that purpose. And a lot of them weren't preserved like the way that you would envision it. So that was a little disappointing, but overall, like the experience, like you wait like several hours to visit a site, and then like there's guards all the time around you, and you get to see it for like maybe 1 or 2 seconds.
Dang.
Yeah. So you're like waiting for like 3 hours in line, and it's hot. It's really, really hot. And then you touch it, and then
what was the place that you went to that you mainly saw?
Oh my God, I need to check my Instagram for this.
But you said it was Israel,
like,
right?
Yeah, because I mean, it's a lot of these sites aren't like
Israel
even
or Jerusalem.
I went to Jerusalem too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, because I know parts of Israel, they're starting to, with the new prime minister, they're starting to annex the border.
Jerusalem. This is some of the stuff that you saw?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the name of these things. Like, try to pronounce that. The one on third one.
This one here?
Yeah, like how do you pronounce that?
That's Cypress Hill.
No.
Cypress Hill.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's the person's name. He used to do Western Wall, Church of the Holy Sepulchre, something. Temple Mount of Olives.
Okay, yeah. See, this makes sense to me, but since I went with my mom, we saw all this in Spanish.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, El Templo de la Sepultaria or something like that. El Jardín de los Olivos. Like, I remember them in Spanish.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the other one, I think it was up here somewhere. But the, what is it? Mount of Olives?
Yeah.
Damn. Let me see. Let's go to... The place is pretty packed out. Everything is so tight.
Yeah. And everyone's like in tour buses, so it makes getting around really rough.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then where else did you go? Dubai?
I went to Jordan.
Jordan's
like right next to it, so we crossed the border on a bus.
What was the craziest thing that you just happened to...
So there was this shot that I wanted of Petra, and the shot is shot from above, and I had seen it for a really, really long time. And when I got to Petra, I realized like, there's no access to the top. Like there's only access to the bottom piece. So I found this little local boy, and I told him like, hey, like I really want to go, to the top. And he was like, all right, well, I'll take you.
Damn,
I'll take you to the top. And it was, you honestly...
To the top here, up here?
No. So there's a mountain right in front of that. And you can see it like facing down. I think I have a picture of that.
I wonder if there's a Google car there. We get it.
Dude, that shit looks fucking cool, man.
Okay, so it's this shot right there. So I'm actually sitting on top, like you can't even tell. So this is at the bottom, and then that one's shot at the top.
Go back to the other one again. Dude, compare this one here, just the size of you compared to that. That just gives it the scale. Oh fuck!
Scale. That thing is massive.
Oh damn, man! And I mean, I'm honestly, I'm not quite sure when this is. What date it dates from? Let me see here. Dated. Let's find out. Let's go out of images.
Wikipedia?
Yeah, let's go. National Geographic.
No, thank you.
I'm okay, thanks, man. What's called? Oh, the Lost City. Okay. So...
Is it right there?
Oh, it says what in the bottom? It's Petra was once a thriving trading center in the capital of the Nabatean Empire between 400 BC and AD 106.
Wow.
Fuck, and this thing is still standing, huh?
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's massive.
Bet. I mean, look at this here.
Damn,
that's crazy. So
it's like a 1 mile hike, but there's like horses and camels that you can ride.
So what's inside of this place?
You're not allowed.
Oh, they're not allowed inside.
I don't know what's inside. Okay. Yeah, you're not allowed inside.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, like, what kind of modern architecture that we have now will last this long.
It's beautiful.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably been one of my favorite places too that I've seen.
So you were telling us your story about the little boy. Yeah,
he was funny. He was like, "Do you want to ride my donkey?" I was like, "What?"
Whoa.
He knows like very little English, but he knew how to say that. So yeah, it was. I found like this little boy, and
did he have a donkey?
He did have a donkey. Oh. That's why I was like, I don't know if to. I don't like. This is funny, right? So it was a pretty. He was like, "Oh, we'll get there like in 20 minutes," but it's the incline of that hike is no joke, and I was wearing like these little sandals, like not prepared for that whatsoever. But yeah, like I think that trip just showed me how privileged we are here.
Yeah.
And everyone always talks about like how like no one likes Americans. Like, and it's really true because when I traveled with my mom, it's been so different than when I traveled either alone or with other people.
Yeah.
Because with my mom, it was like everyone knew like Mexicana, like son Mexicanas. And it's been so different, that treatment, than when you're like, you show them a U.S. passport. And it's almost like, I guess like the only way to compare it to, it's like everyone who hates that like really popular jock guy. It's like you actually kind of hate him for like kind of good reasons. Like, he's got nice shoes, he's like popular. So it's kind of like very similar concept to that, like, you know, our expectations of what society and like what our expectations just in general are so different than what other like countries are able to provide even their own people.
Right.
So this little boy, he had sandals, and like, you know, when you're like the sole of your shoe like opens, they were open from the front and the back almost to the middle part.
Damn.
And he was hiking in these things.
Yeah.
And eventually when we got to the top, like, I sat down and I was like, hey, like, just sit down with me. Like, you know, I want to just take in the view. And he like looked over at me, and like his teeth were almost rotting. And I was thinking like, wow, like, and I don't know if he was serious, but he's like, yeah, like, there's like a bunch of caves here, and like a lot of our families still live here. Like, they still lived in those little caves that are. So I was really, like, I was just really taken back. Like, I didn't know how I felt, like, you know, to come all this way with my mom, and, you know, and wanting to take these pictures and these experiences, and then seeing this like boy that like he charged me like $60 on that hike.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he
came up.
Yeah.
Came up.
I didn't know. Like, I was just like, all right, I want to go to the top. But I mean, like, I came all the way over here. I need to go up there, but like, it was really sad. And I think that's been a lot of my experience going to different countries has been how privileged we are here.
Yeah.
That a lot of the things, the resources that we have here are not available to a lot of people.
No, it's bad. I mean, I haven't been there obviously, but I can only go based on what I've, you know, see online and shit. But, you know, you're still kind of, I mean, that's enough to kind of make you think every now and then, you know. Being there is a whole different experience because you're actually experiencing it, you know. You know, so like, fuck, it is crazy. You know, just when you go to Mexico, you see the difference, you know, compared to somewhere else where, you know, I mean, especially I would say, I don't want to offend anybody here, but you know, with people in Israel, they're not really cooperating with people from Palestine, or you know, they don't consider Palestine a state, and you know, but that's a whole different topic. So you can see how certain groups there are being also discriminated against, you know, and that's why they're still being put in that position.
When you're there, you really feel the friction between people.
Really?
Yeah, like crossing from like Israel to Jordan, like even just the way that they treat each other, you feel the difference. Like when I was in Jordan, like I was there for about 5 days, and I think I might have seen like 3 women, and they were completely covered like up. You only saw their eyes.
And I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you being there, you had to be covered up as well?
No, like, no, we had a bodyguard with us at all times. I don't know if like that was like, if that's a requirement, but I saw majority of the people who were in tours. Like, there definitely was not a lot of people in Israel the way, like, there wasn't a lot of tourists in Jordan the way that there were in Israel, but the tours that we did see, like, they all had a bodyguard with them at all times.
Oh, crazy.
So.
Yeah, I would have expected them for them to be a little bit like, you know, because they're a strict country in regards to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and
Jordan,
one of
Jordan.
the Jordan shoes.
What is it? Jordan country? Does that make sense?
One of the hotels that we stayed in, one of the nights, because since we were going through so many cities really fast, we were almost changing hotels, like if not every night, every other night. So we weren't settling in like anywhere. And one of the hotels that we stayed in, they had a nightclub on the bottom, and I thought that, like, that's so weird. Like, you don't see any women at all.
It's a bunch of dudes.
But like, why would there be a nightclub? So I mean, I made one of like, there was this other girl that was on our tour that was also there with her mom. So like, her and I ended up getting along really well. So at the end of the night, we're like, hey, do you want to go to the nightclub? So we went to we went to the nightclub because we wanted to see what this was about. I mean, night and day. There was women everywhere. They were wearing wearing clothes that we would wear here. They weren't wearing like their headscarves. They weren't wearing, like, they were just in little skirts. And I was thinking like, wow, like, I mean, I wanted to ask so many questions, but I don't know how much is appropriate to ask. So we just sat there and we stared. We learned a few dances, like,
so and basically they're all in the houses.
At night. I mean,
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, party night.
Yeah,
It's mandatory party.
It's like
you gotta go fucking party.
Mandatory freaks at night. Freaks come
That's
yeah, and
Damn,
they don't sell alcohol there.
Yeah.
So there was
What?
that's
even crazier.
They don't sell alcohol there. Like, it's very frowned upon.
Yeah.
So like, we found that same hotel sold alcohol, so I was so happy.
Yeah.
Wow.
In Israel, every
Damn.
place had freaking wine. Anywhere you would go that was like a Christian site, they were serving wine.
It's Christ's blood, right? Damn, that's crazy. I would not have expected that, you know? So that's, you telling me, it's like, what?
Yeah, it was so, like, we were not expecting that. We thought we were gonna go in and it was gonna be like a bunch of dudes, and we just like, we wanted to really see what it was. There was way more women, and they were all dressed like the way they dress here, like when they go to a nightclub.
That's fucking
here.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people that story. Hey, you know people fucking party over there? Now, you went to Dubai, right?
And I went to Dubai.
Isn't that's a fucking spot where everything is popping right now? Everything's like advanced as fuck. Huh?
They got the tallest building.
They got the tallest building. That's
Yeah.
right. What was it?
So
called?
everyone thinks that going to Dubai is really expensive, but it's actually not.
Look at this place.
Like
Jesus
the meal, I think like we had a meal there for like $3.
What?
It was really inexpensive.
Nice.
Because their economy is like, doesn't depend on tourism. Their economy is just really good because of everything
Oil?
else they have going on. I don't know.
that's
So their tourist stuff is actually really cheap.
okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure getting over there is expensive, but once you're there, it's pretty inexpensive.
Nice. Damn, that place looks crazy.
It's beautiful.
I mean, and around it is just desert. Mm-hmm. Damn. So
Yeah.
how was this place? I'm assuming
It was
you had
hot.
to. Oh, it
It
was,
was
okay.
hot. It was so hot.
Wow.
Was it? How was like
They have,
the life
They
here?
have indoor skiing, no? I think so.
Indoor
I
skiing?
didn't get to
Dude,
do
they
that.
have crazy, man.
Everyone was super receptive. Like, it
Yeah.
didn't feel like the way it felt like in other, like, to the other countries that we had gone to before. It seemed like they were happy that we were there versus the other places. It felt like, oh, here you guys go again. Yeah, they were very welcoming there.
Nice. I mean, it looks like a cool ass city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of those modern ones that you're gonna
Yeah.
remember for a while.
That palm, that island,
Like
do
this
you
here?
see that? Yeah, that palm right there, it's super impressive.
Oh damn! I didn't even notice it was a palm till now.
So people hate traveling with me because I wake up really early when I travel. And so I usually wake up like at 5:30 because I love seeing the sunrise. So I got lost here.
You got lost here?
Yeah, because you can tell them to drop you off like at the Palm or I forgot what it's called, but it's massive. Like in pictures, it doesn't know justice. So like I got lost in one of those little palm things. Eventually, I called my mom. I was like, I'm fine, by the way. I'll be there in a few hours. I'm just lost.
So what is this exactly here?
They're buildings. They're like they're
buildings,
establishments. Okay. There's even homes there.
Yeah.
There's like a huge famous hotel there.
Crazy.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I feel like all this
Worse than a
happened like
cul-de-sac.
they pretty much made this pretty
That's
quick,
man-made.
like in a short amount of time.
Yeah, most of the stuff there is
Yeah.
man-made because it's all desert.
Yeah, I mean,
One of the things that they told us there that they usually try to marry within families, so like very very traditional stuff.
Okay.
But if you're a native there, so like if you and your spouse are natives, you're automatically get a certain amount of money. Like you get, I think, and don't I'm not even gonna put out a number because I probably don't remember.
Yeah.
But you get a certain amount of money if you marry someone that is native there. So if you're both native, you automatically get that, and then you get money towards your home, and then all of your utilities are paid.
oh, by like
And
the
then-
government type. Oh, snaps.
And then the women there, they could work, but if they didn't want to, like they already have like a set income that they get. So like the women there are valued highly
Oh, okay. Let me see.
in
Let's we can.
Dubai.
Crazy.
That's the wrong question. Quote around. Let me see. I mean, I'm sure we'll have to go way more deep into
Go
that.
deep into that, yeah.
But probably not.
So the reason why they do this is because they want they want like pure blood, basically. They don't want like people to go to Dubai just because their economy is really good and then overpopulated. Like what happens here in LA.
Yeah, of course.
I know we need to marry full blood Mexicans. Keep the rent cheap here.
Wait a minute, I'm not Mexican.
Except you. Whoever's here can stay here.
That's okay. Nobody wants Cubans.
Oh, I just went to Cuba.
I know. I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully planning on going to visit. Just I want to see.
Yeah.
I love the architecture of places, and Cuba is on one of my lists because that place is beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I love those old school cars they have, like the 50s. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Have you been?
No.
You haven't been.
No, I went to Puerto Rico, but I haven't gone to Cuba. I'm half both half Puerto Rican, half Cuban.
Damn. All right, where's that?
That sounds so exotic.
It does.
I'm Mexican.
Man, I mean, the place just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pictures say something. It's colorful, but I don't know how. I'm assuming people are lively there too, right?
Yeah. The majority of the time that you go to Cuba, you're staying at an Airbnb. Like, there's not that many hotels there. So they call them casas particulares. So one of the house that I stayed in, the man the husband was like, what did he tell me? He's like, aquí la gente vive de tres cosas. El ron, la salsa y el sexo. He's like, that's what people live off of here. Like, that's, that's our life here. So they're very happy people. Very, very happy people. It's super safe. Yeah. I've never felt as safe as I did there anywhere else. Really? Not even here.
Damn.
It's super safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, I would think, because they try to paint it one certain ways, especially like if you read a history book, they try to make them look like, it was secluded up to the point where I think Obama was like, hey, we're going to lift this up and people can start going instead of, because I think before you could only go if it was like research or like education or something. Yeah.
You still need a visa, but it's so easy to get. To get
them, right?
Yeah. Over there, you can go.
Yeah, because I think they made it. There was a big deal when they opened up the basically the borders for people to start going in public. Because now it's public, right? People. Yeah, people to an extent.
Yeah, people can go.
Yeah.
There's still some restrictions, like naturally, like our service doesn't, like I had no service at all over there when I was out there. Like they have like these little calling cards. Like you remember the little old school ones, like you used to scratch the back.
Oh yeah. Hey, va a comprar una tarjeta.
Yes, exactly those. So they have these little calling cards, and you can only use them in places that have Wi-Fi. So it's not like here, like where you have Wi-Fi and then you're in. It's like you need a Wi-Fi and you need a card, and it's only like for 1 hour. So like you're like counting every single minute. And what was I saying?
You were saying about Wi-Fi, about the calling cards.
Oh yeah. We were saying that like now that it's open, but certain things like like our service doesn't work out there. Your bank cards don't work there out there. So if you guys are going to take a lot of cash, I learned that the hard way.
How about traveler's check?
No. Take a lot of cash because over there. What happened was, I took money, but I pay everything with my card. Like I never have cash, so. I was just like, I'm gonna pay with card, and then like in 2 days, I thought I took like a pretty good cushion of money, by the way, and in like 2 days I ran through that quick, and so I went and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take out some money from the ATM. That didn't work, and I told the lady from my Airbnb, I was like, hey, like, do you know like what are my options? And she's like, oh, like they have to send you money through Western Union. Oh, and I was like, the
whole wire transfer stuff.
She's like, yeah, like but you can't receive it. She's like, it can only be sent to someone who lives in the country.
What the heck? Okay.
So I was like, she's like, yeah, just have them send it to me. And she had been so nice the whole time that I was just like, and I was like, and I feel really safe here. And I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She like takes my money, and then I would just ask for more money. Mom, Dad. So I called my family. I was like, I need you guys to send me money. You guys know I've never asked you for anything. And they're like, okay, we'll send you money. And sure enough, the lady went and she like picked up the money. There is called kooks. It's kooks. And
not racist.
Oh yeah, not racist.
It took like a second.
Somebody's like, what the fuck?
It's called kooks. So you can only receive money there if you're from there.
Damn, that's I mean, I guess I can understand why, but that's crazy. It's like, you know, like all these other countries have their own set of rules compared to what you know. I mean, that's how people get in trouble sometimes going.
But I met so many other people. Like I met a lot of Canadians. I met a lot of there was a lot of people from Mexico, Italians, and I asked them like, hey, does your bank card work here? Yeah. And they all said yes. It was just ours.
Oh, just the U.S.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, at least it's open now.
Yeah.
You know?
At
Now
least we can go, and it's beautiful.
And then I think the last thing I saw you go to was Niagara Falls.
Yeah. I was there like 2 years ago.
Which, by the way, that photo you took, oh, fuck, this shit was beautiful.
Thank you.
I saw it and I was like, wait, who took this? If you see it, it's, I mean, the hues, everything about it is like, oh, fuck. It's a good picture. It's a good picture. It could be on the... Oh, no, but it's not an iPhone picture. But whatever brand camera is, it can be a fucking poster for it.
Yeah, that's one of my 5:30 a.m. shots.
Damn. Sick.
Yeah, my friend...
it was worth it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I usually wake up when, like, it's still dark outside.
And assuming that place is massive.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. Like, the pictures and the videos don't compare of how big that place is. I was so mad because in the pictures and the videos it doesn't translate whatsoever
to what it really looks like.
How big it is.
Did you take the little boat at the bottom of the waterfall?
No, so they have that closed during seasons. So
okay.
I mean, and it kind of sucks because we were so frustrated. I guess they only consider like summer and winter seasons. Like, so they only open that during the summer, quote unquote, summer season. And then I think it opened like 2 weeks after we were there. So like right now it's opening and then it goes up until like October and then it closes up for a few months.
Yeah, before the snow and the cold weather comes in.
Yeah, because there was still ice in the water while we were there. It was super cold.
Yeah, I mean, I think I spoke about it in the last few episodes or something. I went to the Grand Canyon. And that thing was massive, you know. But you know, the pictures can never really capture what you're trying to see. At least in that, you know, what is it, panoramic vision?
Yeah.
Right. That's what's considered. So it's like fuck. But I do hope that at some point there's a camera that can capture that. You know?
Yeah.
It's just a different feeling.
Yeah, I have a photo of Horseshoe Bend, and there's 2 boats inside of it, and then it's like on the hallway when you go down into my studio, and my clients always look at it and they're like, oh, like it looks so big, and I'm like, I always tell them like scale it, like you know how big a boat is, like I mean it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's kind of like that picture you showed me earlier where you look like all tiny, small.
Yeah, so that place is massive.
Wow. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to start more. My next stop is New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I want to see the buildings too. You know.
Yeah. So. That's on my list too. A lot of places are on my list though, but.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had the chance to really, travel, but it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let me see how much we have here. Oh fuck, we still have 15 minutes. Oh fuck, Yazmin, you're stuck.
You better start talking.
I've been to Germany myself, Dusseldorf. Nice. It was fun, and we got to go to Cologne. The church is there, that famous church. That was fun. But more importantly, the beer is really cheap there. Our money back in the days was worth double, so I could go in there and get like a fucking bunch of beers for $5.
Fuck.
And 16 you could drink and smoke. And I was
16?
17 at the time, so I was running around, and I was the first one in my group to be like, "Hey, if it's legal here, I'm doing it." Yeah.
Hey man,
take advantage of it. And they have vending machines on the street where you can buy cigarettes, and you have a $5 coin, and you just pop that sucker in there, and then you can buy a pack of cigarettes on the streets anytime.
That's
crazy. That was crazy.
Damn.
I don't smoke anymore, but that was crazy back in those days. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny how different, like, I mean, the last time I went to Mexico, the packets of cigarettes, they have a picture of a fucking rotten lung. Yeah,
that's Australia, too.
Some weird shit.
Yeah.
I think the beer has sometimes, like, I think last time I saw it was somebody, like, they were in an accident. And I was like, dude, like, fucking, they scare the shit out of people over there.
Some places, they do that, and also the beer has to just say beer. It can't say, like, any fancy writing or any... Like it's weird. Like this new rule. Australia has the same thing where the pack of cigarettes have like lungs, like black and stuff.
Yeah, it shows you some gruesome pictures.
Yeah, they wanted to do that here, but of course they fought it.
Yeah, no, here they make it look all hip and cool, and they sell it to you.
I've gone to Colorado, but Seattle, dude. I want to go up to Seattle. We should maybe make a road trip up to Seattle, and we could stop in like Oregon and shit. That'd be dope.
Oregon's beautiful.
Is
it's green. It's really green there.
There you go.
Loved it.
Damn, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, what's your next stop?
I don't even know if this is considered a trip, but I'm going next week to Joshua Tree to do astrophotography. So like right now you can see the Milky Way, or it's angled in a way where we can see it with certain lenses.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you took a picture of that like a few months ago or something?
Like last year sometime.
Yeah,
but this one's going to be a little bit different. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in June, Peru, and then in October, Iceland.
God damn.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm still trying
Iceland.
to
That's
squeeze
amazing.
in 2 other ones. So hopefully.
So the new thing, because we're old, we want to try to do a cruise, like one of those 4-day cruises where you go out out to like Mexico and come back real quick.
One of my my good friends just said that she loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really enjoyed it. She just like, they're very strict of how much, like, you can only take like 1 bottle of wine. And I was like, does it have to be wine? Like,
but you can buy some on there and everything.
You can buy some.
It's expensive.
Yeah,
I know.
You can buy some while you're on board, and then when you get to Mexico, you can buy some there. But you have to. It's like contraband. Like you have to water bottle. Like, oh, it's just water.
I didn't even think about that.
It's just water. Yeah.
I didn't think about that. But that's cool. Like, and if you go like there's this websites within 90 days, you get it for cheap, like $200-300 a person.
Oh,
for the cruise.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That's what we're gonna try to do this year. We're gonna try to hit a cruise, go out to the Ensenada or Catalina, whatever. It's 4 days. You could do 7 days, and they could go out of Long Beach.
Nice.
Check it out.
Hey man, sounds pretty cool. I want to take the Amtrak. I haven't taken the Amtrak. Have you guys been on it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I want to do the train, right?
Yeah, the train.
Yeah.
Because I think that train goes all the way up to. Washington?
It goes all the way. It goes all the way to Washington. Yeah, you go to Chicago.
Oh, yeah, all over. That's right.
You go to Chicago if you wanted to. The problem is that, dude, that's a dream of mine. So I want to do that too before I hit the bucket.
I wonder how long that takes.
Well, I think Miami is like, I want to say Miami or New York is like 10 days.
Oh, dang.
Is it?
Nah, I think it's probably less. Yeah, because I mean, driving, it's like a week to like North Carolina, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Damn.
I know it took us to get to Colorado. We drove over there. It took us like a day and a half, but we slept. If we would have drove straight, it would have been like 20 hours, baby. Maybe. No, I don't know. I'm terrible with time. I'm terrible with time, dude. That's why I have that clock.
Yeah, because Joshua Tree is 2 hours or something.
Yeah, it's pretty close by.
Joshua Tree, I want to go there because one of my favorite comedians, Ari Shafir, he's always out there, and I wanted to take our logo and take camping trip out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or take drugs.
Our logo. Hey, leave her alone.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Hannah.
Come here.
Yeah, but come here. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then the Grand Canyon is 8 hours. So yeah, I think it'll take you a while to get all the way to Chicago driving. Yeah, for sure. And we'll figure it out later. We'll Google map it.
We could rent like an RV or a juicy van and just sleep along the way.
Damn. Did you Airbnb in all those places?
In which ones?
Like Jordan?
No. We stayed in hotels there.
Oh, okay. That's right.
The only place that I've stayed in Airbnb is Cuba and when we went to Niagara Falls. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about Iceland? Are you going to do a hotel?
So this one's actually really cool. I'm going with a group of other photographers. So we're chasing the Northern Lights the whole time. So we're mobile the whole time. So all of us have like an RV. Mm-hmm. So I think there's like 8 of us right now. So every single one of us has like their little RV where, I mean, just get really comfortable because we're basically going to be awake the whole time.
Yeah.
Are you driving that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but scared. October is considered their spring. So there's not supposed to be much snow. So.
Well, I'm not worried about snow. I just because when I got scared of an RV, so we went with the Juicy Van, which is like those vans that are converted.
Those look cool.
It's easier to drive than an RV. I'm scared. You more power to you. You got way more cojones.
Damn, when we're gonna be seeing some of those videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna be freezing.
Man, that's gonna be beautiful though. I fucking bet.
I know. I'm excited for that one. That's like the one that. Ever since I was a kid, I want to see the Northern Lights.
Damn. Well, power to you, Jasmine. Yeah. We're gonna start wrapping that up.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Again, thank you for coming out today. I mean, if people want to hire you, let's say they're having a baby tomorrow.
All right.
And they're like, "Hey, I want you."
No, don't hire me if you're having a baby tomorrow. I usually book 3 to 6 weeks in advance.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I mean, just Google photography by Yaz. Mm. It's YAZ. And then usually my website comes up and then all my scheduling is on there, all of my pricing, my packaging, previous work, where I shoot. So all of that's there.
All right. Well, I mean, if you're expecting, you know where to go.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Again, thank you for coming out today. It was fun.
Thank you.
I was like into your stories.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
everybody's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I gotta go to those places now."
Yeah.
Especially to Jordan. No wait, Jordan, right? That's the one
For
with
which
the
one?
fucking nightclubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go to Jordan.
You're not
now.
gonna see any women at all during the day, but at night, go to
They
nightclubs.
come out at night.
It's not a sausage fest.
Right. Thank you again,
you.
everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in, and Yazmin, thank you for coming out again.
Sounds good. Thank you guys. Bye.
Check you guys out next week or 2 weeks from now. Peace.
We're not talking about yesterday. That shit don't matter anymore. We're not talking about tomorrow. That shit don't exist. We're talking about the present, the now. From this day on forward, they say to make your own future, right? So let it be. Let it be. Every day, every morning, you better speak your life. Speak it into existence. Inhale the goodwill and exhale all your restrictions. They say a man's word is as strong as when it's given, and only by a lack of action will it be diminished. To all the sinners falling down but losing for the winning. There's a judgment in the sky held by the holy legit critic. Or whether throwing up your signs or just innocently living. With the word said when you die, that's the lifestyle that you pick. Well, answer the question. Well, better yet, take a look at your tensions. There's a passion burning in your heart, throw flames when it's forgetting. And so you ain't gotta worry about the sins and how you're sitting. Know your valley in the shadow of death has a light within that shit today. And all the foolishness, all the lies, all the times I didn't fry for doing what I know ain't right. I push on for a new good life today. Though many of us don't survive, living life through closing eyes, though through God we stay alive. Push on for that new good life today. Choose to fight, or choose to be the victim. Cause these the holy wars as a millennial's witness. The birth of a conspiracy with all sense and conviction is leading our entire nation to its own extinction. Ain't no kidding. We stand our ground, we mind our business. Though when it comes to growing as a whole, there's no division. No motherfucking image of what it is to be American. So tell me how the fuck is it freedom when it's restricted? Shit, there's a difference. Men and women alone can make within them. And with that bonded human race, never mind who the fuck's president. May the ones who rise above all have a voice as loud as heaven. And the ones who hear the call awaken spiritual progression. So I'm wishing through that wall and look behind. See, it's my push for you to climb. Not that your reason's still alive. A country choking on its own pride today. No, I'm not rapping in this fight of liberty. These summer nights, though, if the statue were alive, the scene would cut and shatter her eyes today. How do you define yourself in a time where history repeats itself? Looking like you 3 steps back when it comes to peace with everyone else. Looking like this US moving back instead of moving forward. Eventually, as you can see, molding its own horrors. Where all the morals that we've been through this before. Equality dead in the streets with concrete stain that blood and quarters. Politicians gave the order. Fuck Trump and all the borders. Slip into the shoes of God. Too many feet walk to be over. You tell me, am I right? Am I wrong for thinking the times that we be living in are meant for what is missing? Cause all across the earth, many with less, some never bitching. Still find reason to smile, and all the while this life we living in is only for a better life and for the clearer vision. For the sight to make the right, not wrong decision near the ending. Awake before it seems too late to break away depiction of any type of shit holding you back from what is distant in this land of opportunity. The water that you drinking, the blood within your veins coursing away in all the feelings. The seasons how they change, or with ungratefulness diminish. We turn to see the eyes of God, but only when permitted I catch a glimpse. Each and every morning at beginning, a chance to make what I need real, be real with no pretending. Though actions do speak louder than words, I stay remembering. The willingness of heart is only sparked by the ignition of today.